Only Use Me Blade is one of the greatest Call of Duty horror cows. Maybe the only one, actually, that I can think of, at least at his level of severity. Over the last few years, we've watched him systematically destroy his life and bring a few people down with him. And I couldn't think of anyone better to ask about him than some of the guys who came up at the same time as he did on YouTube. Woody, Taylor, and Kyle from PKA.
I wanted to ask Tom, have you ever been in the midst of making one of your videos and you had like a change of heart about the person you were making it on, where it's like,
no.
Oh man,
no,
never.
No. I am working on one right now that's kind of tangential to a friend of the show, Blade.
Okay.
I'm working on that one.
Okay.
Maybe you can fill us in a bit on what he's been up to. We're not as up to date.
The latest thing I saw after the whole thing with Willie dying, obviously, was he was walking in the middle of the road, like on the median in the middle of the night, filming himself walking with like cars going by and like swerving around him. That was the last thing I saw. Apart from that, he's upset about the fact that people said not to donate to his streams because he's just going to buy more alcohol. He was kind of upset about that. I think I want to say Keemstar or something said like don't donate to his streams, and he was like, he's literally telling people not to donate to my streams. Like, you know, I just like need money, man. Like content, man. And that was like when he was, you know, maybe 3 shots in, so basically sober. But yeah, I mean, he's super fucked up. I think he's probably gonna die pretty soon. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Keemstar might be almost onto something here, though. Like if you really wanted to help Blade, then the deal that you'd want to make with him as a fan base,
yes, would starve him. Yeah.
Well, no, it would be like we'll only donate to constructive content. Like if you want to go in the park today and go for a walk and have a picnic, I'll donate to that. But if you crack a beer, no,
he's immediately going to take that money and buy beer. Know,
well, buy his Jägermeister.
I can't change his life. I can only change his streams.
Is he? I thought I heard something where he wasn't drinking after the Willie situation. I assume based on what you're saying that's not happening. He's still drinking.
That is my belief. But going through his history has been fun. Just reading about old COD stuff, because I used to watch some of that back in the day, like X-Jaws and people like that, and all the Alki David stuff. I want to do a video just about Alki David because that guy's story is so interesting to me, and I don't even totally understand it yet.
That'd be a good one. When's the Blade one dropping, or do you not know yet?
I don't know yet. I've been waiting because it's actually pretty much done. I want to do an interview with Keemstar to get his thoughts, because I know he was Blade's friend for a long time. And apparently, I just found this out recently, Keemstar paid for his rehab like 3 or 4 times, like to get him in rehab, at least according to him. And then he like flunked out every single time. You okay, Kyle? I see you struggling a little bit over there. You all right?
That's if that's true, that's really cool of him. If he paid for
Yeah. I mean, I assume he didn't just outright lie about that.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, right. I know for a fact Keemstar is a rabid liar because he talks about me. But
what did he say about you? That you're awesome and tall?
For example, I remember at Woodycraft, we had this guy who was buying stuff and charging things back, and he bought like $5,000 from Woodycraft. Another, I think he ran $1,000 ad on the show. It was like $6,000 in my universe and $4,000 to like other Twitch streamers. And he charged back all $10,000. Now, when he was buying at Woodycraft, we observed his like out of this world buying patterns. So we cut him off and we talked to his mom, and we're like, this guy's spending a ton. Is this like?
I'm sorry, you talked to Keemstar's mom?
No, the customer. His name was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like no, this player at Woodycraft was spending a lot of money. $5,000 at Woodycraft, $5,000 elsewhere, and we called the player's mom, and she's like, "It is okay. This is within his gaming budget. It's all thumbs up." So we're like, "Okay, what are we supposed to do?" And then when he tired of the server and no longer wanted to play at Woodycraft, he charged back all $5,000, which by the way cost me like $12,000 because he was buying like $5 amounts. And not only do we have to pay back the $5, but there's a $35 charge for getting charged back. So it's like it was like I was at like $12,000. Other people were out, whatever they were out, and I hired an attorney to like chase this down and figure it out. And really my goal was to stop other people from doing the same thing. We had people who would buy stuff and charge it back like it was a game. Meanwhile, it's costing me $35 a pop. And Keemstar did a video on it. And he said that this poor innocent soul meant to pay 100, left out the decimal point, and paid 10,000. That is not what happened at all. That is not even a thing that can happen. It's like Amazon. Like, you don't choose your own prices on like, you don't enter in the price. He completely made that up out of thin air and said that I was like punishing and going after this poor innocent child over a typo.
You don't think maybe the child like just told him that Keem just felt bad and believed it?
Right. I don't think that at all. I think Keemstar completely made it up that he wasn't in contact with this kid. And I think he also knew the store is online. You can see it. You don't enter your own prices. No one thought that was true except people who believe Keemstar's lies.
Why do you think he did that? To like sensationalize it?
Keemstar has hated me for 15 years now. It goes both ways. So
really? Well,
yeah. So he's made a lot of videos just telling lies about me and or just painting me in a bad light. And because I'm the target of his videos, not for a long time, but because I've been the target of his videos, I know the truth, and I know that Keemstar makes shit up.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm about to do a video with him then, right?
You can get to the bottom of it. Yeah.
Ask him about that.
I would believe that he paid for Blade's rehab because they used to be really tight. Like they used to be boys. I think they like, yeah, he's very successful financially. I think they lived together at some point back in the day, right? Or maybe
they did. Yeah, they
maybe not live together. Maybe like Keemstar allowed Blade to live with him.
Blade moved to Buffalo during the COD days to like live there, which is around the time that the
podcast together.
Yeah, they did. What was it? Bad Kids Club, I think.
That sounds right.
Something like
close to that.
Bad Kids.
You know, I don't know where he moved from, but I think of Buffalo as not a fun place to live. So that
he moved from, I think Seattle. I want to say.
I'd much rather be in Seattle than Buffalo.
It's either rain or snow.
I think Blade said he didn't like Buffalo, but
it's cold.
Keemstar likes it, so you can.
He does like it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I just looked over at Blade's channel. He is still drinking. Confirmed.
Probably drinking right now as we speak.
He could be right now. Yeah, I don't know what. Damn, that's so wild. Like you click on a stream, scrub 2 hours forward, and he's just like obliterated.
Part of the problem with that video is he's like a copyright abuser serially, so I just don't want to deal with like a copyright strike for a week and a half when he inevitably strikes the video, and then I can't make money for a week or whatever. Like that's pretty annoying.
Oh, Blade's been known to copyright strike.
Yeah.
Oh, just because you'll have to use clips of him like saying something.
Yeah.
And
he'll just file a false DMCA, and then it's like I'm not going to sue him back. Like I'm not gonna get any money out of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like just have to file an appeal, and then he gets my legal name and address, which is also fun. So it's just a whole issue.
Have you come upon anything alarming that's like not in the public storyline of Blade going through the story or not?
Oh, it's all out there. It's literally all out there. I mean, his entire life since 2009 or something or 11 is all documented publicly. So everything you want to know about Blade is all on live stream, and it's him saying it himself. Some very funny moments though, like back in the day when there was some point in time when he was talking to some girl, and if you know a lot about Blade, you'll know, or even a little, you'll know when he drinks, he gets a little racist with it. And he was talking to some girl, and he was like, "You like black guys?" She was like, "No, yeah, they're fine." And he was like, "You N-word lover." And then she leaves, and then one of his like friends calls him, and he's like, hey Blade, you got to get off stream right now, man. You're on Twitch, you're gonna get banned. Like, just get off, delete the VOD, and like sober up, and in the morning you'll be fine. And Blade's like, it says the N-word again.
Oh wow.
And then hangs up and just keeps streaming. Another great moment from Blade is at one point he stands up, like he stands up with his ass to the camera and pulls his pants down and like puts his fingers in his asshole. That's a good one.
Yes, that
I've heard that one. Yeah, I have not been blessed to see the clip, and I don't think I want to.
It.
Well, I have been blessed. I have seen the Eye of Horror.
You've had to like you're fact checking it. You're like, all right, let's cross reference these butthole skin lines with the other times he showed.
For research. Well, we're trying to track the progress of his butthole over time to see how much it's been affected.
When he was like macking on that girl while her husband had just stepped away. Was wild one too.
Yeah, that was a fan of his wife.
The guy was a huge fan. I heard,
like a super fan. I think they were at his house.
The funniest part of that is so that starts at like a fan meetup with Keemstar, and so Blade's there, Keem's there, and then this guy comes with this girl, and they're not married at that point, and he's like, "Oh my God, Blade, I want you to see this," and he proposes to her in front of Blade. And then 2 years later is when the groping thing happened.
Goodness.
Which is like the whole marriage is tied to Blade somehow.
That's worse than I thought. That they should have known from the start there. Yeah, having
destined for greatness.
Man, when did it stop being about stabbing people in Call of Duty is what I want to know.
I think around like 2013, 2012, maybe Tom would
whenever COD died, like when COD was kind of on the way out and Minecraft was the new thing, that's like the beginning of the end for him.
Yeah, remember Chill Sunday commentary? Just knifing people in COD 4. Simpler times.
With White Boy 7th Street.
With White Boy, no shenanigans going on in the back of RVs. Nothing like that.
Shenanigans, is that what you call that?
A little non-reciprocative play. Is that
tomfoolery?
Yeah, tomfoolery. Groping an unconscious girl. Like that's what I believe it was, right?
I mean, that's he says he didn't. I don't know. He told Chris Hansen he didn't, but
you can watch the video.
We can infer what happened.
I think everything though. For people who didn't see the video, Blade saunters over to the front of the RV, I think, and you kind of see his feet, and it kind of looks like there's some level of snuggling, humping, something happening on. But you're looking at feet under a blanket. So
he says, but he says he went to bed. I don't think he went to bed. He was doing.
He's a restless sleeper, it would seem.
Maybe they were like doing jujitsu. He was like putting her in like
they were so good.
I do, yeah, because that clip, it was him talking to that Norwegian or Finnish guy Bjorn, and he's like, "I'm gonna go back there," and Bjorn's like, "To the passed out unconscious girl," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go back there." He's like, "Okay."
I think Blade says, "I'm going to have sex with her." I think he says that.
Something like maybe even that's what he said, like even worse. Like that.
Let's hope he didn't.
Seems like he went back.
Yeah, let's hope he allegedly. I don't know.
Let's hope he didn't say that.
Let's hope he did not say that, because then that would be pretty open and shut case.
I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty positive he says that, and then in the follow-up interview, he's like, "I was just joking. We're making jokes like that all night. I just like wasn't going to do that. You know, I just went to bed."
He's in character.
Officer, I did grope her, but you can hear me saying honk honk when I was grabbing her boobs.
Officer, let's be serious about this. You're not going to unrape her now, so let's just all go home and not worry about this.
You know what? Let's chalk this up to a who knows. You know,
who done it?
My take on this: who's to say? And the officers are like, "No, go to get in the car.
No harm, no foul." She wasn't even alive. She wasn't
last
even
warning, sir. Last
warning. What did the girl say about it? I don't even know what
she said. She got raped. Yeah,
that's what she said.
Groped.
Yeah. No, I think she said that she got sexually assaulted in the back there. Yeah.
Oh, I believe her.
Gucci's.
Believe all women.
Did she? Oh man, I was holding out hope that that's not what happened.
Yeah.
I guess technically we don't have like a GoPro video of him doing it, but you know.
Well, I think this might be another case of a lady lying on a rich, successful titan of industry. Wait a minute.
They do that, don't they?
She was trying to get all those.
All right, might not be that. All right, it's not that. So
my suspicion is it's way easier to like emotionally recover from a guy coming up and kissing your neck in an unwanted way compared to like fucking you.
But if that's not what she said happened, if she said that he like was back there molesting her, then based on the video, I am inclined to believe her. I don't know.
I saw the video, and I think I was holding out hope that he made a pass at her, got shot down, and that's all that happened.
No, that was definitely not like a pass and shoot down thing. Like she was out, and he like ambled / stumbled back there, got in bed, a lot of movement. Like,
well, who's to say?
I'm very biased. I was just being biased and hopeful.
I'm hopeful as well. I don't want to say I don't know what happened. I'm hopeful that nothing awful happened, but you know,
seems like a little Occam's razor right now. Like what's
I don't know that. No.
I think I have a video of her saying it right now.
You can't do that. It has to be a Rube Goldberg machine of mayhaps and who's to say? And, you know, and then the what's she talking about? Marble falls in the I was joking bucket and traps the rat. Like, no, it seems pretty. If I had no idea the girl claimed that, because that's
I just put the minute-long clip in there, so you guys can see that. Yeah,
thank you.
A little dark.
I will always remember Blade as that dude who walks through TSA with a pocket full of weed and just somehow doesn't get detected, and the guy who ate all those hot dogs in Seattle, and that's a nice guy, and I never seen him do nothing to nobody.
Do people do that all the time? Weed? Don't they just and other stuff?
No. I mean, all right. So not back then. This is maybe 10 years ago. Like he just had it in his pocket though, like in his breast pocket. He took a pack of Swishers. I don't know, is it 4 or 5 in there? He rolled them all up, and with weed, and put them back into the package and stuck it right in his breast pocket. It sticks out the top of your pocket, and he walked straight through like the metal detectors he never took it out of his pocket. And there we were in Seattle or wherever, and it was just like he had weed. He's the coolest guy I could find.
Yeah, that's that clip amazing. Does not do him any favors. You
just watched the 1 minute video?
Yeah, the victim of it saying like he wasn't charged because I didn't bring the charges forward. It happened though. It happened. Like it's been hard to recover from. Like Blade and Bjorn is what she said. That's really truncated.
Yeah, she said she hates them. Yeah, and the only thing Taylor didn't mention is like she's in a lot of obvious emotional distress.
Yeah, and I believe her.
After that happens, there's this like hilarious clip when they're in the RV and Blade's like, "Man, what if we just like dump her on the side of the road, man?" And Bjorn's like, "What the is wrong with you?" He's like, just get rid of her, man. Like she's not content.
She's not content. Damn, cold-blooded.
And he's wrong. We're still talking about that content years later.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, there's clip after clip. When he's sober, he says he's innocent. When he's drunk, there's clips of him being like, "I do it again." So it's just like,
man, I'm having a hard time standing beside my old friend Blade these days.
I hear you.
He said I would do it again.
I got the clip. Yeah, of course.
All right.
Man, he's a clip factory. He's a fact finder.
I've got receipts, man.
I gotta say, I don't like any of that one bit. And I clicked that little link, and I didn't know what the link was gonna be, but it's just some little girl like complaining about getting. And that's pretty hard.
That is a way to put it, I guess.
I thought you had like a blurry like GoPro that saw some legs twitch in the dark or something, but it's like her saying, "Yes, he did this to me," and I don't like. That's hard to watch. I don't like any of this now. I liked it when I just didn't look into this enough to know.
Kyle, watch that clip and
it was nebulous.
And tell me where you're coming down now.
Oh, come on now.
Oh,
all right.
If you can still find an avenue, you need to go into politics.
Yeah, it happens right about 8. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, he
said it 3 times, right?
Yeah, said it 3 times. He said he would do it again
3 times the charm.
He did. That's not. It's an imprecise. It's paraphrasing.
Yeah, that's imprecise. He was more cruel about it.
He said, "I'll grape." Again, 3 times in a row.
Out of context.
Yeah, out of context. He was practicing lines for a play, actually. So
I was gonna think what context could possibly fix that, but that would.
None.
We all have different definitions of words. Okay, it could be.
Okay, all right. I've got newer information because I watched the video that was recommended after the one that you sent me, and it's her in like an alley. It looks like something from Trailer Park Boys, by the way. They're like in an alley doing drugs or something. She's sitting cross-legged. And what she said was, he didn't me, but he did sexually assault me. So, still pretty awful what's happened here.
That varies by state. Like I was just saying, in New York, only penises can. In other states, like fingering can be.
Yeah, so it could maybe she's talking like legally or something.
I feel like to me, if you go in, it's probably
if
you're entering.
if you violate someone's bodily autonomy in a way they don't want sexually.
What about a wet willy?
That's just awesome. Really I do that to girls all the time.
If you know,
it's not for you. It's not.
Kyle, if you give me a wet willy,
yeah,
it's a prank. If you're hard, it's.
How am I going to get it in your ear if it's not hard?
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's molestation. You would have molested me. Even if it was your finger, if you stuck your wet finger like in my mouth or in my ear, and I look down and you're erect, I'm calling the authorities.
You're a real rat. I don't know if I can be around you. I mean, things happen. We have a few drinks at dinner. I'm gonna go for a wet willy. It's just common practice.
Yeah, we each split.
Wet willies are considerate because he uses lube.
Let me tell you how upset.
Otherwise, it'd be a dry willy.
I don't like that. If I'm being honest, like I remember in
wet willies.
I can't remember the last time
you were talking about Blade sexually assaulting that girl, and I'm like, wow, coming in hot.
I'm trying to pivot.
What you like?
Assault.
I'm trying to pivot.
And be sure to become a member. For $5 a month, they get the members-only podcasts and exclusive videos that only members get. Thanks so much for your support.